here we are. Welcome back to the channel. With the RTR League race round 4, we're at Le Mans. No chicane in the Ferrari 458 Italia GR3 car. Quite a tricky car to drive. Firstly, I'd like to apologise for my voice. I've got a bit of the man flu, so yeah, just bear with us. But this course is in my mind, like I said, so I love it or hate it. This is our qualifying lap. As you can see, at the end of the lap, because it's such a long lap, everyone trying to find a bit of space not to get held up. Bit of a traffic jam there, Formula 1 style. We're looking around a 3-minute 40, 3-minute 43 kind of lap, depending on if you've got help with bum drafting or slipstream. Now this is really important. Now I made a bit of a mistake there. I kind of held back and waited for Hack and Power to leave a little bit too early. I should have got a bit closer to get slipstream. So kind of all on our own. You see Valkyrie set a lap time of 3-minute 40.6. Now fastest lap in practice, I think it was a 3:43.8 or 0.9 or something. So we're going to go a little bit faster than that. But qualifying position isn't that imperative here, because it is such a long track. The most important thing with this, we come across the line, we've got 3:43.2, which puts us P4. So GG to Valk, gets pole position. How high with a cracking lap in P2. Jake takes P3. We're in 4th, Italia 5th, Sorte 13, 6th, Petrol 7, Hack and Power in P8. It's been a rolling start. This is a feature race. It's 15 minutes long. We've got racing soft and racing medium tyres mandatory, so we have to use both sets of tyres. With this car, I'm going to use traction control on one. It's quite tricky. Looking back now, probably could have done with maybe counter steer on weak. But it won't be just traction control on one. We're setting the brake bias to front, 2 clicks to the front to protect those rear tyres. Back end of this car is really happy, especially on the braking. It's really quite tricky. And this is the most nervous race that I think I've ever had on this game. So intense. I mean, this car is a handful. Around his first section and the last section especially, you're so afraid not to make a mistake. As you can see, throughout this race, you have to stick with another car. If anyone gets away from you and you've got no slipstream or you've got no one to help bump draft, forget it. It literally is game over. And this is what I mean. If you're in a group like we are at the minute, we've got to try and stay with a car or a group of cars if we can, to try and push us along. As you can see now, this is exactly what we're trying to do. And this is the way to do this game. It's tactics. This race is all about tactics. So you can see Jake getting a half-second penalty, but where the penalty line is on this race, it's not actually that bad. You don't lose that much time. But you can see really we've got, so Valk's in first, we've got how high in. This is just to demonstrate the speed that you're getting. You know, you're looking around 180 miles an hour in the slip, or 179, compared to if you haven't got any slipstream, you're struggling to get 170. So we're even getting to 183 there. Look. So you can see the difference. It's about 15 there, we're going 185, about 50 miles an hour difference. So if you lose that slipstream, it literally will be the longest lonely race you'll ever have in this game. So knowing the game on this one is literally do not make a mistake. So I'm probably driving around about 80 to 90% of full potential, but you can see how close the cars are. Look, we've made a bit of a break, the top 5. And you've got Sorte 13 in P6, Hack and Power 7. But you can see we've made a bit of a breakaway now. So these guys now, we've got the first group, and these guys I'll show you now. These are the second group. We've got Slammer, Hack and Power and Petrol, Tempo just behind in P10 as well. These guys have got to start working together. You don't want to start fighting. So it is quite tactical. It's a really tricky corner to get right. Really tricky. And a lot of people having offset or moments. And it's a very long race. You can see someone goes off in the background. We'll have a look at that. So on board with Revo, the Tempo just in front. That corner, exactly what I was talking about there. Gets a tank slapper and just loses control. And unfortunately now, on lap 1, there could be Tempo's race over, and if he's got no other car to help him, that's going to be a long, lonely race for Tempo. We see Valkyrie receives his half-second penalty, and you can see in the mirror, you don't lose that much time. You can see Valkyrie will close in on this section as well. So where the penalty spot is, if you get half a second, it's not the end of the world, but you don't be getting any more than that ideally. Obviously we don't know what tyres everyone else is running, but at the moment we're running on racing soft first, because we don't know how long they are going to last. You can see we're carrying a lot more speed than how high at the minute in 3rd place. But again, you know, if this was a shorter race, I would have gone for dive down the inside here, but like I said, there's no point in making silly mistakes. Hold back, work together, wait for the massive long straights, and to give each other a boost, because what we don't want to happen now is Italia to go off, as you say that how high, getting onto it on a little bit too early, in the back end coming round, so easily done in this Ferrari. So we take third, we've got Valk come back at us as well, coming in front, so we're giving Valk a nice little bump draft, and we're going to follow Valk in a slipstream, and we're going to pass Jake on the inside. So we've got a 1.2 second gap now to the leader Italia, which is nothing. But what we don't end up doing is fighting, going for silly moves down the inside, and then Italia's got a free run then to the end of the race. So again, it's a very tactical race. We've got 44 minutes to go, so a long way to go yet. So this is the second group that I was talking about earlier. On board the petrol, we've got Stammer in front, Hack and Power, and Sorte 13. So nice little group here working together as well. Hack and Power actually got a half-second penalty there, but like I said, you shouldn't lose that much time. So on to lap 3. You can see the gap there is 2.7 seconds to Italia. We'll just show you the difference by giving a bump draft and a slipstream. We actually make a 1.1 seconds at the end of that straight. So we know as long as we've got Jake in front, we've got a good chance of catching the leader and working together. So on board with Sorte 13 on lap 3. This is on board inside the cockpit, and this is what you see when you're bump drafting at 160, 170 miles an hour. You can hardly see anything. Slammy just behind as well, coming to this dodgy right corner. So it's coming to the end of lap 3. We're still pushing Jake around these last couple of chicanes. Really easy to pick up penalties in these last two as well, so we're very careful. Jake going slightly wide there and getting the wheels on the dirt, so we're going to take the second place, so we don't want to get held up too much, but we know Jake will be strong on the straights and he'll give us a push along. So say 13 on lap 5, going down the inside of how high, gets a half-second penalty, goes slightly deep in that corner as well. And I think he'll service penalty here, will he? No, I think he'll service it on the next lap. So, Sorte getting a nice little run out of that tight right-hander and claims 5th place. So a good drive for Sorte 13 at the minute. You've got Slammy behind and Petrol as well, looking to pick up this slipstream. Really important to stay within about 1.5 seconds of the car in front if possible. So lap 6. Valkyrie's joined the party again, he's back there, he's pushing us along nicely. Look how much we gained, look at the speed difference we're gaining on Italia. I felt quite sorry for Italia, he was getting beat up big time here. But yeah, Valk's pushing us along nicely. We take the lead on lap 6, but there is still just under half an hour to go. But look at us all three, nose to tail, absolutely wonderful racing. So, honestly, you do not understand how much I was sweating during this race. At any time, especially on this corner, back end can skip out, it gets so loose around that corner. Valk having a little dive down the inside, we give him room on the inside. We're going to get the inside line for this next right-hander. You see in the mirror there, Italia, I think Valk goes slightly deep, so Italia taking advantage and taking that P2 back in. Italia driving really well, actually flying as well. He's on fire at Le Mans. Really was pushing it hard. So you can see lap 7 now, we've got Italia just to the left hand side of us. Valk, I think, had another penalty, so he dropped back slightly there. So I didn't get the optimal line for this corner, so I decided to let Italia go. There's no point again trying to fight and end up missing the corner or going wide with, you know, still 25 minutes of the race to go. So nice move for Italia there, retaking the lead. In a minute we're settling into second place. So lap 7, Sorte 13. He's the first to go in the pits. He's on medium tyres, so he's going to end the race well, putting on a fresh set of softs. You've got Slammer coming in. You can see there how high, and Petrol also coming in the pits as well. They're all on soft tyres, so they're now going to put on the mediums. So Sorte 13 there could have a nice little run. Well, saying that, he's got a 3-second penalty, so I think he must have an incident going into the pits there. What a shame. But later, there's the leader, Italia, in the pits. You can see in the background there. We carry on. We're going to do one more lap because our tyres were not in bad shape. But Italia pits on soft, Valkyrie on soft, and Jake there on medium. So Jake, the man to watch out for. Now he's going to finish this next stint on soft tyres, which could prove very, very good for Jake, and not so good for us. We've got to watch out for Jake. He's going to be absolutely flying on this last stint. So Italia in second place, looking to regain the lead. We actually have an incident on the in-lap, which actually almost lost the back end coming right round. So it was drifting, so we lost a bit of time coming just before we came into the pits in that last section. So So this is the pit stop. You can see mandatory tyres, we've run the soft, we need to put on the mediums. And we're not going to refuel, we've got plenty of fuel in the car. So we're going to see where we come out. This is the pit stop. We've got Talia and Valkyrie. So Talia, I think, will have a nice little undercut, especially with the little mistake we made on the in-lap. You can see there goes Talia. We were just over 2 seconds behind him. So that's what the gap is. We're on board with Valkyrie. You can see us there, just going over the crest of the hill there in second place. So it's about a 3.5 second gap to Valkyrie. And we're about 4 seconds behind Talia. So we lost a couple of seconds during that section there in the pit stop. So Valkyrie's still pushing, and I'm going to show you now how easy it is to get a penalty. Look at these wheels, slightly going off over across the white line there, and he gets a 1 second penalty for that, so that's really harsh. We've got Jake just behind as well. And this section as well, really easy to get penalties. Track limits, I know it's the same for everyone, but they are quite harsh, but I suppose they are what they are. I think just that bit there, he gets all 4 balls off again. That increases to a 1.5 second penalty for Valk, which is unlucky, on lap 11. So we've come towards the end of lap 11, and with the help of Jake, they've caught me up again. As Valk serves his 1.5 second penalty, and that could cause very costly with only a few laps to go. But it's a horrible feeling, but you can see that time as they're coming down and down and down. It's like you're just waiting for it. They're like sharks attacking the prey. But here comes Jake. You can see now we've got 6.2 seconds. I think the maximum was 6.3 seconds away from the leader. It's only 7 minutes to go, so we've got 2 laps to see if we can catch Italia. So Italia's pulled away, he's had a good last stint, and we've kind of settled in for second place. To be honest, we were in no man's land. We had no slipstream, no one behind us, but with Jake on his soft tyres, caught Valkyrie up, pushed him along, and look at that, we're absolutely glued to each other trying to get Italia. There's the gap, that's what we need to get. Italia set the fastest lap of the race as well, so he's flying, he's pushing it. But we know we need to push as much as we can. We don't want to hold anyone up. We know Jake, well, we didn't know at the time that Jake was on soft tyres, we were on mediums. We're going to do what we can. I'm probably Hacken Power, loses it on the back end on lap 12, and unfortunately that's game over with only a couple of laps to go. So we go forward to lap 13, and look how much that's come down now by 2 seconds. We're only 4 seconds behind the leader. With this bump drafting. It's such a nice tactical race going on here. This is the last section. Lovely little section this is. You can see now we're about 1.7 seconds behind. But a great little section to the end of the track. But we've only got 1 minute and 20, so we know the next lap is going to be the last lap of the race. So we're trying to get this gap down as close as we can. Jake's just behind us, and this is it. We're on the final lap of the race. This is that huge long straight, and there's Italia, and Jake's pushing us, and we're going to take the lead on the last lap. Look at the speed difference, absolutely brilliant. So with the help of Jake and myself, because Jake's also getting a slipstream from me as well, we've caught Italia with 6.3 seconds in 2 laps, and that's how much it helps. And this is why this is such a tactical race. But we're coming now to the second half of this lap, and this is so tense. We're coming up to it. Look how close it is. Jake now pushing us along. He's going to decide to go for smooth in this really dodgy right-hander, and this is where I didn't want to lose it after 50 minutes racing. So there's Jake. He's going down the inside. There's no contact with coming down. Losing the back end slightly. Still wheels across the curve. He actually receives a half second penalty. You can see Italia, I think, in the background, having going in slightly deep. Jake has to get a half second penalty there. We're coming to the last section. So it's all to play for coming into the last bit. So we're going to watch what happens to Italia. So we come around this corner there. You can see me and Jake going side by side. Italia just going slightly deep. Gets it just on the gravel there. So I think Italia now it's game over. He's got to settle for 3rd place. We're back to the action in front. And this is the most bizarre ending to a race I've ever had on this game. So this is it, adrenaline's pumping, 50 minutes of racing, and it comes down to this. So we're going side by side, coming to this last section, and this is the first time Jake has took the lead, and all of a sudden we go into this corner, and this is what happens. The screen just goes black, and all of a sudden I finish in 2nd place. What the hell's going on there? I think what actually happened is the race actually timed out, because it's such a long lap around Le Mans that when the race had finished on the last lap, it must have either a 2 minute or something cut off time, and this is what happened. So we didn't actually get to finish the race after all that. Oh my god, what an absolute nightmare. So a bit of controversy at the end, but obviously, this is it. This is what it came down to after 50 minutes of racing. It classed me as second and Jake as first by 0.035 seconds. But obviously Jake did have a penalty, which he couldn't serve across the line, which would have turned into a 1 second penalty. So yeah, that's how it ended. So it went to a stewards' decision in the end, and obviously they looked at all the data and exactly what went on, because it ended the way it did, and there's so many variables that could have happened. Either I could have got a penalty, or Jay could have got another one, or vice versa. It was deemed for both of us to tie for the win, which I think, to be fair, considering the circumstances, was the fairest thing that could have happened. But what an absolute bizarre ending to an epic race. It turned out to be an absolute cracker. So we both took the win in the end, myself and Jake. And this is what it does for the results at the end of the championship. I actually lead it for the first time in the season by 5 points. Valkyrie in second, Kevin in third, Jake in fourth, TCC leads fifth, and Sorte 13 in sixth. But what an absolute cracking race. But if you like that, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. We're racing again on Thursday with the sprint races. But yeah, join us for that one for more entertaining racing. And I'll see you guys next time. Laters.